you do the responsible thing. You start saving your hard-earned money. Every single month, you move a little bit of your wages into your savings account. 100 quid here, 200 quid there. You feel good about it. You feel responsible, disciplined, and financially mature. But then one rainy Tuesday night, you open your banking app in your sleeper cab and you realize something incredibly strange. Your savings account has £10,000 sitting there, but it is earning something pathetic like 0.5% interest. This means after an entire year of being disciplined, you've made a grand total of 50 quid. Meanwhile, you keep hearing other drivers in the canteen talk about investing, stocks, index funds, and compound growth. Suddenly you start wondering, wait a minute, am I doing this completely wrong? Because saving money is good, but saving alone will almost never build real wealth. And this is exactly where a lot of working blokes get completely stuck. They know saving is important, but they have absolutely no idea how to make the transition from saving to investing without risking their shirt. My name is Jack. If you are someone who has got 10 grand sitting in savings, but you aren't sure how to safely start investing it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's start with something that might sound a bit controversial in the transport office. Saving money alone will almost never make you wealthy. Look, saving is important, but it's not the final goal of your financial journey. It's just the very first stage. Because here's the truth. Savings protect your money, but investments actually grow your money. And those are two very different jobs. Let's look at the math for a second. Using clean pounds. Imagine you save £10,000 in a typical high street savings account earning 1% interest. After 1 year, you have £10,100. Not bad, but you aren't exactly buying a yacht. Now, let's compare that with investing. Historically, the global stock market has returned about 10% per year on average over long periods. If that same £10,000 earned 10% annually after 1 year, you'd have £11,000. Now, that difference of 900 quid might not seem massive at first, but here is what most people don't realize. The real magic is compound interest over time. After 20 years, your savings at 1% equals about £12,200. But investing that same money at 10% equals about £67,000. Same starting money, but a completely different life at the end of it. And this is where the wealth gap actually opens up. The biggest difference in net worth isn't usually between people who save and people who spend. It's between people who just save and people who actually invest. But most people never make that transition. And the reason isn't the math. It is the psychology. Saving feels safe, like parking your lorry in a secure yard. Investing feels risky, like taking your rig down a narrow, icy A road. When your money sits in a savings account, you can see it. It doesn't move. It doesn't drop 5% on a random Tuesday afternoon. But investments move, and that emotional roller coaster scares working blokes away. You might be thinking, that's all well and good, Jack, but I don't want to lose my hard-earned savings. That is a totally fair point. And that is exactly why the transition from saving to investing should happen in stages, not all at once. Step one is to build a real emergency fund. Before you invest a single pound of your money, You should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in cash. This money stays in a standard savings account. It's not for investing, it's not for buying a shiny new car, and it's not for taking opportunities. It is strictly for unexpected disasters, the boiler dying, job loss, or major car repairs. Because the biggest reason people panic and sell their investments at a loss is because their life got messy and they needed cash quickly. An emergency fund protects your investments from your own life. Step two is to separate saving from investing mentally. Think of your money as sitting in two different buckets. Bucket one is your safety money. Bucket two is your growth money. Safety money does not move, but growth money is allowed to fluctuate because its job is to grow over the next 20 years. This mental separation reduces your daily anxiety dramatically. Step three is to start small. A lot of beginners think investing requires thousands of pounds. It doesn't. Many investment platforms allow you to start with 50 or 100 quid. The goal isn't massive profits at first. The goal is building the habit because consistency matters more than perfect timing. Step four is to focus on simple investments. Here is where beginners make a massive mistake. They jump straight into complicated strategies like day trading, options, or dodgy crypto speculation. But the simplest investments almost always outperform the complicated ones. For example, low-cost index funds. These funds track the overall stock market. Instead of trying to pick winning companies, you are investing in hundreds of major companies all at once. Diversification, lower risk, and long-term growth. It's simple and it works. Even legendary investors like Warren Buffett have repeatedly recommended simple, low-cost index funds for most ordinary investors. The most powerful investing strategy is actually pretty boring. It's called consistent investing. Imagine you invest 300 quid per month into the stock market. If the market averages 8% per year, after 25 years, you would have roughly 285,000 pounds. But here is the crazy part of the math. You only contributed 90,000 pounds of your own money. The remaining 195,000 pounds came entirely from investment growth. But psychology still matters because investing feels uncomfortable at first. Markets go down, news headlines get dramatic, and people panic. This is where discipline separates the real investors from the gamblers. Let me give you a quick analogy. Saving money is like storing seeds in a jar. You are protecting them, but they will never grow. Investing is like planting those seeds in the soil. At first, it looks messy and you don't see results. But over time, they grow into something far bigger than the original seeds. You might be thinking, what if I start investing and the market crashes? Market crashes are completely normal, but long-term investors actually benefit from downturns because when the market drops, your monthly 300 quid buys more shares at lower prices. So, let's summarize the path. Build your emergency fund first. Separate your cash into safety and growth buckets. Start investing small amounts consistently. Focus on simple, long-term index funds. And finally, stay disciplined and let time do the work. Saving money gives you stability, but investing gives you freedom. The earlier you combine both, the more powerful your financial future becomes. If this helped you understand the path from saving to investing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments, are you currently in the saving stage or have you already started planting your seeds? Drive safe, mates. Keep the shiny side up. Over and out.